Hi everyone, this is Deborah. Welcome to my channel. This is the manor at Airmont in Round Hill, Virginia. This is where my brother's youngest son was getting married to Julianne. And this place is a little remote, but it's worth the drive. The road out there is gravel. For a while I thought I was lost. So let's get into it. As you see, the flowers here were amazing. The smell was out of this world. I love the colors that she picked for the wedding, which was like a Wedgwood blue, I believe, with a cream and white. And I love what they did over the fireplace. Instead of having, one of those arbors that they get married under, they did it in front of a fireplace, which I thought was very unique. This place is beautiful. Now, that is my sister who lives in Front Royal. Her dress did not come in, and she had just put one of her dogs down, so she was just beside herself. So she was one of the first to arrive, and we all had seating arrangements, even for the wedding and for the reception afterwards. And one of my grandnieces had gotten after me, making sure that I sat where I was supposed to. Now there's your little flower girl. And there's my brother, and the lady that to the left with that wonderful hairdo is the bride's mother, which I met last year. Now, she showed me her shoes. I'm a shoe nut. I saw those shoes, and it was the best choice she could have made for that beautiful dress. She is such a lovely lady. She's recently gotten married herself. Now, this is my brother, and I only have one brother. I have 3 sisters. One is gone, passed, and he had the baby blue tie on. There we are again. It was so hot, I had to wear my hair back. So he had a ball. I mean, it was a wonderful day for him. Also a very sad day because he had lost his wife, which was one of my best friends. Now, this is one of the very first guests to arrive. I just thought she looked charming with that dress and the hat. There were so many people there, I had to park in the field. Now, if you see the basket to the left, that is a huge basket of just flip-flops, all different sizes. And it had the colors of the wedding, of course, which were creamy white and the blue. And there's napkins there. The gift table was to the right, but most people had already had the gifts sent to their house or whatever. And there is a basket of fans. And believe me, those fans came in handy. It's the basket all the way to the right in the back. I think there was napkins there. I'm not sure what that was for. And behind there, if you see to the back right, was the outside bar. There was many bars, open bars. And here's a close-up of the fans in that white basket. Now, you're going to see them a lot. People really needed them. So we will wait till the next picture. Here is the names of the bride and groom. Now, as you see, even the placard there had the colors of the wedding there. And it's these details that make this wedding the most spectacular wedding I have ever been to. I've been to a lot, believe me. So now, this is the outside. We had a cocktail hour. Let me tell you, the food out here was just as good, if not better, than as the dinner that we were served. And now, I just went a little crazy. I tried everything. They even brought out crab balls, which were the best I've ever eaten in my life. And when people saw me eating them, they just, clamored to the person delivering the crabs. There was probably about 25 waiters and waitresses. And there's the outside bar. And if you see that frame to the left, that is cocktails you could order. It was named after the bride and groom's dogs. And you'll see a close-up in a minute. I think I had just gotten, what is it, a Stella. I think I got a Stella there. And of course, you tip. There's a tip jar that showed up. The wait staff was phenomenal. So here is Sophie and Hank. Hank is the dog at the bottom. They just got Hank. Sophie, they've had for a while. That's vodka soda with lime, and Hank is an old-fashioned. Here is my two lonely little old gifts. And I love the black and gold wrapping. I had to go to 2 different places to find that gold bow and black, evidently gold bows, so there's a run on them in around June. Now here is a close-up of the fans. And it was just a delightful little touch. And that looks like, I don't know, it looks like eucalyptus, but I don't know. I just thought that was a beautiful touch. So let's get to the next picture. And here is the flip-flops. They wrapped them with blue bows, and they each had like S for small, medium, or large. And what is so touching is the men were even tired of wearing their dress shoes, so they even put these flip-flops on, and it was so nice that even the men were worried about their comfort level, and many of the ladies did put these on towards the night. This wedding went on till the wee hours of the morning. Now this board here is very important. I was not paying too much attention to it. Then I started reading it, and I realized these are the table assignments. Told you had to look for your name, and then you went for the table. I believe I was in table number 2. I think they put all the old geezers at that table, because most of them was my sisters and brothers. Yeah, so that was the seating arrangements, and it was little quips that I think some of the children gave advice to the newlyweds. I believe I'm right. And there was signs everywhere. When you have a wedding, you got to have signs, because people will just walk around aimlessly. And here's that fancy water. I really love these water containers. The only thing is, I've bought them in the past for some of the Christmas parties I've had, and that little spigot will leak. So if you just put some silicone around it. Now, I snuck into the dining room before we had our dinner, and I got in trouble for it. They go, "Ma'am, you're not supposed to be in here." And I said, "Excuse me, but my family's very well aware of my mental situation." So, but I wanted to get a picture before it was all consumed with people. And that Wedgwood blue tablecloth and the napkin was just gorgeous. And there was a buffet dinner. I didn't get a picture of the food at the reception earlier in the evening, the one that was outside that bar I just showed you. And I didn't get a picture of the evening dinner food. I mean, there was 2 times we ate because everybody was so hungry and you had to get in line, right? So they even had the flower arrangements on the table as well as the ones that was next to the pews. Now this is just before I got in trouble. Now there was 2 halls. This is just one of the halls that the guests were in. So let's get to the next one. That's one of the wait staff. That is the bride's mother, Nancy, and my brother and his oldest granddaughter. She had the best looking dress there. I asked her where she got it. I don't know if it was Macy's or Belk's. I forgot, but that is the back of her hair. They braided it and put baby's breath. I just love baby's breath at weddings. And wait till you see the back of her dress. It was all crocheted. And here is the flowers that were next to all the, I was calling them pews, but is just chairs. And I think I sat on one of the flowers. I would love to know what happened to all these flowers. Oh my God, I hope somebody took them home to enjoy them later. And this day, the night before and this day, was very exhausting to me. Now, you see the guy there in the middle, the tall guy. He's one of the groomsmen. And Hunter is Houston's brother, and he's right there in the middle of those guys. Now, the tall guy, I have a crush on. I went on a cruise with him and Hunter and Houston on the Disney cruise. And let me tell you what, if you ever want to go on a cruise, go on the Disney. And all of Houston's groomsmen, I have been around many, many times. They are the best group of guys, best group of friends that Houston could have. And his mother took them everywhere. And this, I believe, is the best picture that I took. And, of course, there's the guy on the right that I just think is just cute as a button, and that's my nephew. I was living with him last year before I bought my house, and he treated me with much respect. And, yeah. So, let's get to the next picture. All right. But those guys had a ball. Oh, my God. Of course, I passed out in the bed, not from drinking, but from fatigue. This is the groom. As you see, he looks very unhappy now, doesn't he? No, he was so happy. And it was a very solemn time, too. I caught my brother crying. I was crying because this is something that she was looking forward to. They dated for a very long time. They both got their degrees, and she's now a school teacher, and he's in computer tech. He's very, very smart. Of course, his mother and dad are very smart. And his older sister's the one who organized and planned the rehearsal dinner, the one I just posted earlier today. And I just love those lights. Don't you like them? I just love them. The owner of this place, we never saw anybody the next day. It was destitute. There was nobody around. So there is Hunter with his girlfriend, and she was so sweet. Oh my gosh. And there's my chair. Now, one of my nieces said, "Debbie, you need to sit in your own chair." And then she was giving me the stink eye. You'll see that picture of her giving me a stink eye because she was very upset that I was videotaping everything. But I told her, I said, look around. Everybody's videotaping. Now, this is what was so sweet. It's popsicles in champagne, or I don't know what the beverage was, but boy, it was so hot. You wanted that popsicle. And this guy served and served and served. I think everybody got 2 or 3 drinks. Now, this was even before the wedding, which is very risky to do because you don't want too many people intoxicated. And there's my drink. And if you noticed on the last photo, those vines coming down from the second story, which I thought was a nice touch. But this drink was very refreshing, and everybody needed it so bad. So now you're going to see my brother flirting with all these beautiful young girls. And I love her dress. So here he is. He's carrying on this conversation. Now he's hugging her. And he does this often, but he knows all these young girls. He does. And I love the coral. A lot of women wore coral, and there she is there. My brother is a jokester, worse than I am, but I love her little gingham dress. Looks very boho. And my brother just had a ball. And I hope I don't offend anybody. I did not videotape any of the intimate parts of this wedding. Anybody that gave a speech, I did not put it in here. That's just for family. But those are the vines that I'm talking about behind him. And there's that dress. Now that's little Katie. I babysat her when I lived in Front Royal, and now she is a beautiful young teenager, I guess. She's almost a teenager. Now, there's that coral outfit. I thought that was just a great summer. Of course, it's a summer color. Behind those curtains is the dining room. And there's my velvet shoes. A lot of the guys wore velvet shoes, which I love to see guys dressed up. Now, this is little Katie's. You see part of her dress. Her dress matched the wedding. And those are her shoes. I love that color. Now, here's her little freckles. I have spent many summers with her in Watkins Glen at Seneca Valley when my brother rents a mansion for most of his family, because he knows I'm a fishing nut. I don't want anybody touching my fishing pole. But look at her little freckles. Now, here's my brother flirting again with this young lady. I loved her hair, and so you'll see, yeah, he's still flirting. Now there's going to be another picture, and let's see what happens next with him. Okay, there he is, still talking. I swear, I think all these girls are telling him secrets. Yeah, now here's the fan I was talking about. There was all different colors. And I gave mine to somebody who just walked in. Now there's my sister with her husband. And there's Hunter's girlfriend in the back. And I hate to say this during this video, but she went to work today and found her boss deceased. So she's a little bit in shock. But there's Katie. Now she's giving me the stink eye. Like, Aunt Debbie, why are you videoing? Well, that's just what I do. I'm a YouTuber. Oh my gosh. Now here's my little sister. She, I'm surprised she made it, because she had fell last year and broke her ankle. There I am. And one of her daughter's wives did her makeup, and her name is Stephanie, and you'll see her. Now this is Marcus. He's the ups man, and my God, when he comes in, he is so tired. That is my little sister's youngest daughter's baby daddy. Now, this is Carrie. I am so proud of her. She's breaking the mold just like her Aunt Debbie did. She got her CDL license, and she's driving dump trucks, and looks like, I think she just lost like 70 pounds. And this is her wife, Steffi. She used to watch me put on my makeup, and I think I might been the inspiration, because she does a better job than I do. As you see, I'm still sweating up a storm. But I loved her with bangs, don't you? She is a wonderful mother of 2 little boys, and I haven't taken the time to visit them, and I feel so bad. Now, that is Ryder and his younger sister, and there's Katie. Ryder is Greg's youngest daughter, oldest son. Now there's my sister. Now, my sister Melanie's the one with the glasses. The girl behind her is Miranda, and I spent a couple days with them a couple weeks ago. And I got very close to her daughter. Sair is her name. And there's Carrie. I told her I am so proud of her. She's sitting to the left of her mom. And I love the green. Carrie and her wife had that dark green, and I love that. That is, I think, a forest green, which I thought was very unique to wear to a wedding. And you see, they're laughing. They're always in a good mood. They have a great marriage. They really do, and I'm proud of that. As you guessed, I guess you guessed that they're married. Need I say more? But, sometimes these relationships do work. Now, this was Elsie. She's transgendered now to Philip. And I hope that she is going to be happy the rest of her life. And this is Colton. He's the most handsome little guy at the wedding. There he is in his little blue suit. He's very shy. I just love him to death. I only get to see these children at Christmas. Sometimes maybe if I can make it up there at Easter. But he is so handsome. Now there's Ryder. These children are like geniuses. Full scholarships, I'm telling you. Ryder was helping me with algebra when I was studying pharmacology. This is Katie with Brittany's youngest. She's the youngest member of our family. That's Ariel. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. Is it Ariel? I'm not sure. But it was so hot. She was a little fussy. Now, this is the pastor. Now, here's the funny story about the pastor. When I met him the night before, the groom, Houston, introduced me to him. And instead of me saying my name, I said, I'm single. And then I found out he was the pastor. But he said it made his day, it made his week. He says, I'm married. I said, okay. But I just thought he was a charming pastor. And he did a really good job. There was no hiccups. This, I guess, is the first wedding where I never saw any blunders, any major catastrophes. Now, this is Nancy's husband. And he had put out a lot of money for this wedding. If I told you the amount, you might faint. But he's a good-looking man, and he's talking to my brother. And they both got the baby blue ties on. I think it's great that the members of the wedding all was coordinated. Now, this is my oldest niece, Brienne. She's now a doctor. And she's got the most gorgeous hair. She was thinking about developing a hair product. We talked about this a long time ago. She actually saved me $25,000. She's so smart. She saved me a lot of money because she was a journalist in the Army. She, and now she's I believe a professor. So, look at the detail on that trim work. Here's Miranda and Marcus. Miranda's got the most beautiful eyes. You can see where she takes after her mother. And she did a good job on her makeup. I love how she did her hair. Marcus is a good old soul. He jokes with me. Now, this is one of the pictures of my brother, which showed his fierceness, his sternness. But he was, when he was in airborne in the military, he was so dark. We all get really dark tans. He was so handsome. And, well, he still is handsome. Oh, my God, why am I saying that? But everybody in my family's getting gray hair. But I was so proud of him. And here is Steffi. Look how great her makeup is. And I like that color lipstick. I think I have that same color lipstick. So Steffi's always been good to me. Look at her little earring on her nose. See, I like stuff that's very subtle like that. Nothing bizarre. So here she is laughing. What a great smile she has. I realized after watching this that I didn't have the right undergarments. I just was in a very hurry trying to get there because I knew I would regret it the rest of my life. But it's very important when you're wearing formal wear that you do bring the right garments. Now, here's my brother. I think he's flirting again with one of the bridesmaids. I don't know, but I think they're telling him secrets. I don't know, but you're going to see in the next picture where they're very intent. See this? I don't know what they're talking about. My brother made a lot of speeches. A lot of people made a lot of speeches of how to stay married and stay married happily and how to respect your spouse. And the bottom line is to have your spouse's back. And this is my sister, who I showed you, lives in front row. This is her daughter-in-law. She is a big, high up at Costco. That's a very good job. And here are all the groomsmen. And I've been on cruises with, I think all of them, but maybe two. Of course, they had professional photographs. And my brother's hugging his son, and there's some of those most beautiful bridesmaids. I have never seen such a beautiful group of bridesmaids. If I ever get married again, if I do, I want these same colors. It's just, it's not tacky. They're done in good taste. And there's the bride's mother. She has such a great personality. Definitely. So let's get to the next picture. I think they're waiting for the bride. Now, I did not record her walking down the aisle. To me, that's intimate, especially when the vows. Oh my gosh. When Houston said his vows, he put a story behind it, and it just warmed my heart. Yeah, now I want you to see the lace work on her gown. And then you're going to see her reception dress, which is cute as a button. And she had actually white tennis shoes to go with it, which were, I think they were custom made for her. Now look at that lace work. I don't think I've ever seen a more beautiful wedding gown, maybe my own. But look at that gown. And her matron of honor or maid of honor really did a good job making sure that she looked good, that she even came out and made the train look beautiful. So yeah, they both said their vows. And my brother paid for them a trip to Greece, where Houston proposed to Julianne. Now here my brother is giving them advice. Now my brother's been married for 40 years. I was married for 40 years. And you'll see Katie, she's the little girl sitting in front. You see how she braided her hair. I used to wear my hair like that in the 60s. But yeah, a lot of people made fun of me of my age. Well, that's their problem. Okay. Now, she put little baby's breath in her hair, and I loved the way she had curled her, I think they call that tendrils. She always has watched her weight. Every time we go on vacation, she always orders the right kind of food, if you know what I mean. She's very meticulous about what she eats, which is a good thing, people. Now, here's the groomsmen. There's Hunter and one of Houston's best friends. They're holding the rings. That's why they're holding their hand up there. I forgot all their names. I used to give them all nicknames, but now that was when they were young teenagers. Now they're, middle-aged men now. But look at that smile. Now they're just, in the next picture, you're going to see how happy they are. Oh my God. I remember the first time I met Julianne was at Berkeley Springs. We were walking around that lovely town, and here they are. They are now husband and wife. Their last name is the same as mine. But I met Julianne at Berkeley Springs, and I think she commented about the blouse that I had on. I had bought it from Free People from Macy's. She's always in a good mood. She's always cheerful. And here's the guy I found that had velvet shoes just like mine. So I had to take a picture, people. Now, towards the end of the evening, I've now got blisters on top of blisters, and I have to now put on the flip-flops. I was so fatigued that I went up and took a shower. And then I didn't realize the party was going on for another 3 hours, and it was so wonderful. I'm going to try to get a hold of the videos of them partying where they're lifting them up in chairs. People are dancing. I have to do a little research because I was already in the bed. I had to shower. I took a cold shower. It felt so good. Now, they did not have the traditional 5-tiered wedding cake. They had the topper. And I asked the groom, my nephew, I said, why? He says, well, we're not into sweets. But they gave everybody cookies, which I thought was a nice touch. Now, a lot of people do cupcakes, but let me tell you what, you want to keep it simple. To decorate cupcakes would have cost so much because the detail making those flowers on the cupcakes would. So, you pick and choose where you want to put the money. And I think they put the money in the flowers, which made all the difference. Now, here is her, this is her reception outfit. Now, how darling is that? Very few women can carry that type of dress off. But she's got the perfect figure. So I wanted to show that to you. Now, they made these faces. I guess they went to the printer, of course, and printed these faces and put it on a stick, which I thought was hilarious. I don't know, maybe I took one. I don't know if I put it in my car or not. But now look at this, people. The fish, I guess what they call them. Those fish chips, I forgot what they call them, but they're on the left. That is her favorite snack. And Houston's is the gummy bears, which is in the container to the right, which I thought, oh, what a nice touch. You can take that home and a lot of people had to drive for hours. I was one of those. A nice touch for a snack, in the middle of the night or whatever. So I believe we're almost done. And I'm still recuperating, people. I'm still recuperating. So I hope you got some nice suggestions from this video. Love you all. Goodbye.